So today is step 2 of the holiday special Boba Fett build. Step 1 was making the helmet and the rifle, which you can watch up here. And step 2 is making the jetpack. So this is my holiday special Boba Fett jetpack. It's a little bit more of a simplified version of Boba Fett's normal jetpack, and obviously with a different colour scheme. This is made predominantly out of EVA foam and other parts that you can quite easily get that aren't going to cost you a lot. So let me take you through how I made this. So the first thing you're going to need to make a jetpack like this are templates. It's always easier to work stuff like this out in paper first before you transfer it onto your building materials. It's just so you don't waste your building materials. It helps with sizing things correctly, and if you need to make another one, if you keep your templates, then it's going to be a lot quicker to make something else. You can find templates for the jetpack online. I decided to do mine myself just so I knew what size I was going with, and I knew I wasn't going to make it exact to the ones from the film because this is from the simplified version of the cartoon version of Boba Fett. It's not going to be exact. So first up, I started with the base and the back of the jetpack, and these were done in 1 centimeter thick EVA foam sheets. Non-patterned, so they're easy to stick together and you don't have to worry about trying to hide one side. So for foam projects like these, you can use hot glue, and that's what I used to use, but now I use this, which is barge cement. This is actually stuff that's imported from America, which is very expensive if you do it, but it's better than the contact adhesive you can get in the UK. But if you can't get this, contact adhesive will work, just not quite as well as this stuff. Basically what you do with this is you get a little bit and you paint it on one side of the surface you want to stick together, and then the other side of the surface. Leave it to dry for about 5 minutes, then when you stick it together, it creates a fairly seamless line. I'm still kind of getting used to using this, so some of my seams are a little bit visible still. But stuff like that all comes with practice when you're making props like these. And the next thing to work out was this center tube, which attaches to the base. Now I was going to do the tube that's on here bigger than the one that is currently on there, but it didn't look right, and I tried to make it out of foam because I didn't have any cardboard tubes that would be big enough. But I decided, because it didn't look right, just remove it and make it smaller. So this is the biggest cardboard tube that I could find in my stockpile of cardboard tubes, because you can never have too many, they're always so useful. So this was hot glued in place on the base of the jetpack. And to keep it upright, I just used some cut-offs of EVA foam, stacked them on top of each other, then glued it in place underneath to make sure that it's level with the back. One thing about working with cardboard though, when you paint it, it's more resilient to being out in the weather, but I didn't want to risk, just in case it got caught out in the rain somewhere, the water actually damaging the cardboard. So I decided to cover it with foam as well, and then that way the texture of this remains the same. So this is covered with a really thin 2mm EVA foam. Just used the barge cement on the whole thing and stretched it over. So that way you know your prop won't melt if you're caught outside in the rain. So the next thing I tackled were these other pieces of tubing on each side. Now in the planning stages I was thinking of just using a piece of PVC tubing that I have, which would have been about the right thickness, but when I was looking at reference photos, I saw someone had the genius idea of using Coke cans. You put them upside down and they got that nice little shape on the top. They're lightweight and they glue in really well as paint really well too. So I thought that's a fantastic idea, so I'm going to use that myself. So filling in the gaps underneath where these are going to stick on with a 5mm EVA foam, just use the barge cement to glue them in place. And then once those were done, it was a case of filling in the rest of the body shape. But before I filled in all the space on the front of the jetpack, I had to add these, which are Delrin clips with straps. So I just cut out some slits on the back part of the jetpack and hot glued some webbing into the back of there. That webbing is then hot glued around one part of a Delrin clip, and the other part will be attached to the jumpsuit that will come in a later video. So this is going to be the mechanism that actually holds the jetpack on my back. Using that same 5mm EVA foam, I went and I put in the shape at the top here, again just to add some further support before filling in all the side panels. And with the same thickness of foam, went over the Coke cans to make sort of these covers, which are done in 3 separate sections. Now to make sure that you can't actually see the fact that these are Coke cans and see down inside the jetpack, again I've used a really thin 2mm foam just to go over the top and fill in that gap really nicely. Some really simple details were added over the top just to sort of represent what Boba Fett does have in the film, but not at the same level of detail. And all the cones on the top here are again just made using EVA foam. This is the bit you definitely want to template out first to get the right shape and size. And lastly, the little exhaust ports on the side here. I think these are actually where sort of the jet comes out that helps Boba Fett fly. Now they normally have like a rounded top on top of the cone here, but I couldn't find anything that would be the right size and fit on here. So instead I had these small little caps that I have in my little sort of what I call my greebly collection of anything that looks vaguely interesting, and just use that on the top just to add an extra little bit of detail. I think it works really nicely with the look of the jetpack. And now the base build was finished, it was time to paint. So I decided to go ahead and use the sealant that came with my foam for this. It's something that I tried to use for the Boba Fett rifle, but it didn't come out too well in areas that were sanded. Given how this was pretty much a fairly smooth build, I thought it would work best on there. So it was given a couple of coats of the sealer. It's pretty much the same thing as Plastidip. It helps to seal the foam and it's flexible so the paint's not going to crack, because obviously when this is being in storage and knocked around at conventions, you don't want the paint to start flaking off. And once that was dry, I started to hit this with some spray paint. The first things I painted were the coat cans and the exhaust ports. I just painted them in the same blue as the Boba Fett helmet that I did. And once they were dry, take those off, cover them in newspaper before doing the whole base colour of the jetpack, which is a straw flower colour, because it's a really nice colour I already had in my spray box. And it closely matches sort of what it looks like in the holiday special. Needed a fair few coats just to get it as a solid colour, and then once that was done, just taped off the top and the bottom bit here and did these parts of the cones just in a normal white spray paint. But it looked really boring just as a plain colour, so you know what I do when that happens? I weather it. Weathering always just gives something that little bit of extra life, and I didn't want to go too overboard on this, but it's got a lot of sort of raised detail that is brought out a lot more by painting weathering on. So just using some silver and some black acrylic paint, I went in all the grooves and just sort of did highlights around certain parts just to make it look a little bit worn. So I've tried to do it a lot more dirty at the bottom and a bit more cleaner as it goes towards the top. And you think this is where the jet streams come out, so this is going to get dirtier quickly. And also tried to add a little bit of sort of a dark blue to make it look like it's been heat scored, and did some black on the inside of those bottom vents as well. So there you have it. That is how to make a really simple DIY Boba Fett / Mandalorian jetpack. This jetpack is really nice and lightweight, and it's going to be sturdy enough to sort of hold up to any bumps and bruises at conventions. So the next step is getting this mounted onto the costume. So I hope you enjoyed this little build. So stick around for the next part of the Boba Fett costume, where we're actually going to be tackling the suit. So that's going to be the fabric part of the suit, the armour, the gauntlets, the knees and the boots. And if you like what I do on this channel, then please subscribe and go check out my other videos. I'm working on a couple of different projects at the moment just to add a little bit of variety. The other one that I'm working on is my Templar Knight, and I've also got another one from Marvel which I attempted quite a few years ago and failed, and I'm going to try to bring it back. So if you want to see what that is, please do stick around and subscribe to the channel. You can click the little bell so you don't miss the video that I do, because who wants to miss this face? I don't. I can't say that with a straight face. Also, for those attending MCM London this weekend coming, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be there on the Saturday, but I'm going with the Zombie Trooper. So if you do go and you do see me, please come say hi, because I really love meeting you guys. So I'll see you in the next video, and as always, may the Force be with you.